Good morning. This morning we are in Toledo and we're going to the National Museum of the Great Lakes, which it looked like a good thing to try to look at today. And that's kind of a big propeller over there. You can see that compared to that pickup. So we came in.
Once you get on board the ship as well, since they were built in like 1910, the steps are really steep.
The Great Lakes, a powerful force, discover America's third coast and its many different roles in our history. Any way you look at it, the Great Lakes are big, physically, economically, and historically. Lake Ontario, Erie, Huron, Michigan, Superior are a force to be reckoned with.
Immense. Diverse. A visual feast of primal beauty and power. The Great Lakes are the largest source of fresh water in the world.
They talk about all the shipwrecks here on Lake Michigan up north. That was the most deadly of all the lakes. They've had over 8,000 boat wrecks on the Great Lakes. Well, Lake Erie was the last of the Great Lakes discovered by Europeans and has been the most contested. As the first lake above Niagara Falls, it was strategically important to be controlled access to the rest of the Great Lakes. The site of many battles, the new independent American nation finally took control in 1813. In Lake Superior, the iron that built the nation was mined around and shipped across the Lake Superior. Lake Huron. Remote and beautiful Lake Huron was the first to be discovered by Europeans. Okay, marine time technology.
From sail to steam to diesel, the quest for faster, bigger, and more efficient vessels fueled the development of new forms of propulsion. The Challenge, a two-masted schooner, did a good job getting across the lakes. Great Lakes cargoes have changed a lot. Voyager canoes carried the earliest trade, beaver furs, up to 4 tons worth. The W.S. Crossway transported a variety of cargoes, but her most important was the region's harvest, grain. In fact, in 1842, Milan, Ohio was the second largest grain port in the world. The Argo was specially designed to haul lumber for rapidly growing cities. The RN Rice and Northland carried something different. People. Immigrants arrived on steamers and wealthier passengers vacationed on floating palaces. The 20th century bulk carrier Tom M. Girdler carried coal, iron ore, and stone, raw material for American industry.
I got a lot of interesting facts in here and how they build them, and from trees to steel, how they're built.
For centuries, ships were powered by wind. By the early 1800s, all types of schooners sailed the Great Lakes. But wind is unpredictable. In 1807, Robert Fulton found a way to beat the wind with a steam-powered boat. And 10 years later, the first commercial steamboat, the Ontario, appeared on the Great Lakes. By 1890, steamboats, which were faster and more reliable than schooners, would dominate the Great Lakes.
Now this is really a neat museum. They have a lot of history in here. The bilge pump. And it looked like you had to do it by hand. That would have been fun. It talks about the history of fishing and trade they had up here with the Indians years ago. And ship stories. Ford built some boats here, but he found out that it's not as easy as building cars. Well, check that out for commercial diving suit and air pump in the 1930s. And here's the lighthouses. The brighter the light, the safer the ships, and that's a beautiful one there. Well, now that we've seen the museum, now we're going to go see the SS Colonel James Schoonmaker boat. And tour that. It was launched in 1911 and became the Queen of the Lakes. It's the longest ship of the lakes at 617 feet. So as you can see, it's pretty big. I can't even get the whole thing in here. Okay, we made it up on top. Now here's how your mail went out. Here's where the second mate lived, right here. Well, he had a sink, and a dresser, yeah, a toilet and a tub. Not too bad, and get a shower up above it. Well, this would have been the fireplace here. Yep, up the stairs we go. You get a record player. Shower, toilet. And you get the vault here. That would have went up. Okay, we'll head up to the upper deck here. Pretty here. It's interesting with this boat. This was designed for passengers to relax. It was called basically a Texas room. Up to the top. And this would have been the wheelhouse up here. There you can look over the back of the boat, clear back there.
And then we got the magic.
Here's the wheelhouse.
These are another compass. It's called a repeater. One up there, and there's also one in the captain's cabin, so he always knows what direction he should go. So these are 2 radars. That unit over there is what they call a radio direction finder. Back in the day, they used to have radio stations that broadcasted a constant signal, and with that they could follow the signal so they knew where they were at. Now, this is all before the days of GPS. It's to steer the ship.
Now, are these independent? In other words, if one turns, does the other one turn?
No.
Good.
No. There was the engine room had a set some clutches down there to adjust which wheel would be the one that would be active.
Got it.
You know, this is where they would have kept all their cargo in these bays here, which they all had to be sealed down so the water didn't get in them when they're traveling. They had rough weather. Okay, we did make it down to the other end, so we'll go investigate this. Here's a little bunk. That was the first engineer.
Careful, you're stuck with this slope.
Yeah, they put a slope on this so the water runs off. This looks like we're going into the dining kitchen room here. Now here's the breakfast. Big old coffee pot, fire extinguisher, all stainless steel. Check out those grills. There's some pizza sauce. And we got fridges. Lots of fridges. Of course, you gotta keep care of your own food. And here's the dining room here. This was the steward's room here.
Directly across from you, held the brass letters saying Colonel James M. Schoonmaker. These were actually on the side of the vessel's original steam engine. To learn what it's like to work in the engine room of a fired steamer, listen to the fireman
This engine room's about the engine room here. And then here's some more steering here if you need it down here in the engine room. This is how she was loaded. They used a way they could haul minerals or whatever right here, right below down the bottom. And boy, it's pretty big. Really big. Okay, I found the way out. Okay, it was really interesting. We highly recommend anybody that's in the area to come see this. This is makes a great day just to go be able to go through a boat this size and learn about a lot of stuff between the museum and the boat. It's very interesting. Okay, we ordered some pot stickers to start with. Well, we both got jambalaya, and it is very, very good. Well, after a great lunch, we're headed back, and we're just going over the big bridge that goes right by the boat that we were toward in the museum. And please like and subscribe and comment if you like. We try to do the best we can on these videos.